what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mike Lee. Why? Because I have an event to attend to, and we're going to hang out and find some more interviews for upcoming shows while we network tonight. That's right, this is the Happy Alien Podcast. What is this podcast? This is me getting live every Thursday night around 7 p.m. Pacific, talking about what I want to talk about, critiquing the storylines, the latest news, whether it be politics, theories, or anything else I want to talk about and present to you guys, my Bower Patch Kids. That's right, Born Mush came up with that. I think I saw that in the chat room. No, that was David's Parmacast. Forgive me. The Bower Patch Kids are ready to rock tonight. Well, I love that term, and I thank you. On tonight's show, we have an edited version of Luke Edwards, the actor from The Wizard. We're going to be getting into that and much more. And just to do a little bit of housekeeping, forgive my video audio issues. I do not have the best technology, and you never know what's going to happen. So that being said, I wanted to say hello to 405 Cowboy, Brent Mania, Bandit's Best, Exhumed Visions, and Kelly. And I wanted to let everybody know I love ya. All right, let's get the show rocking. We got to get it going. Hopefully it won't last much longer than 2 hours. It's going to be a fun night. And we got some interesting stuff happening. So let's get started with the housekeeping and telling everybody on what to do. Here we go. See if I can get the graphics working. Please hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe button. Consider becoming a member of this channel for exclusive content, full interviews, gifts, everything beyond the sun that I can try to produce as I'm trying to do my best job. Now, here's what's going on. We had a winner last week, and let me explain this. This is a segment that we do to have fun. So, every show, I have a number in my head for Super Chat donations that I hope to achieve, because the only way I make money on this channel or in these videos is through donations, merchandise sales, and Super Chats. So, I'd like to make some money. Every single one of my interviews and my podcast that I have done have been flagged 1,000% by YouTube. I don't know why, but it makes it where it does not earn any revenue. And any revenue on these videos only come from YouTube Premium. And normally you can maybe make with 1,000 views $5 or $6 a video, maybe. But I've been flagged for every Happy Alien podcast so far. So I have to live off of Super Chats and donations. And I put a number in my head, and I write down a number, and I'm not going to show you guys the official number, but I write down a number that I want to achieve. And then when that person puts the Super Chat for that amount, they win a prize from my gift store, from my merchandise store, for a value of $25 or less. And last week's winner was Collector's Conquest, as you can see on screen. I put a number, $41 in my head, and Collector's Conquest, when he donated that $5, he got the gift. He hasn't got it quite yet because they go out at the end of the month, but we have been in contact, and it is coming shortly. He picked up a DonkeyLips Garbage Pail Kids t-shirt that'll be sent to him in the coming week, and all gifts are sent out at the end of the month. So if you win tonight's show, it'll be sent out by the end of this month, hopefully, and you get it, so on and so forth. But the number is not always going to be high like 41. The number that we can reach in donations, or the winning number, could be lower. It could be a lot lower. Okay? And I'm supposed to announce it when it happens, but then if people think that the winner is gone, they might not super chat. So, just super chat, ask questions while you super chat, and the winner will be announced. The winner, I'll write it down when they hit that number. I'll write it down, and they'll be announced at the end of the show. That way, super chats can continue. And then also, we're going to do a lottery once a month for people that can't afford the super chats or can't afford the memberships and all that to win a prize. That way, nobody is excluded. Everybody deserves a chance to win. So once a month, at the end of the month, in the chat room or in the discussion, write, I want to win in every video or every Happy Alien podcast for that previous month. Then at the end of the month, which is in the next 2 episodes, I will do a lottery from those people that made those comments. And then the winner will be announced. That way, everybody got the chance to win. All right, we already got the super chats coming in, the memberships coming in. Brent Mania gifted memberships to, I can't even see it. Naysayers are online. Brent Mania with the $10 super chat, and I'm sorry I can't read it on screen. Why they flagged someone trying to do a good thing. God bless you, buddy. Thank you very much. And Big T coming in with the $10 donee, trying to be a part of it. And again, the number could be small, but the winner will be announced at the end of the show. And then you'll contact me on social media. I'll explain it at the end of the show. So you're going to have to come back or watch it later to find out if you're the winner. All right. Thank you very much, Brent Mania. He is also our moderator for this evening. All right. And let's get the housekeeping out of the way, guys. There it is. Collector's Conquest. The gentleman that won last week's Garbage Pail Kid t-shirt from my merchandise store. He has a channel. Check it out. He's got a lot more subscribers than me. He's doing a good job. 8.9K Collector's Conquest. Check him out last week. All right. Just want to remind everybody, I got my merchandise store. All links down below. And we add items every week for every show. We add items. Drops weekly. There it is. The latest editions and releases are on screen. We got the Wonder Years autograph photo on. Become one of the... All these graphics I'm trying to get. There it is. There's the limited edition. Only one of one. Willie's autograph VHS. And the autographed Gordy Belcher photo from the Willies. And it is a limited VHS. It's a rare VHS. It's autographed by me, and it's $100. Pick it up. It's a one of a one. If you're a horror movie fan, the Willies fan, pick it up. It is a one of one. And these are, sorry guys, I got so many graphic issues as my computer is just not very powerful. These are the best sellers. There it is. We don't need to talk about it anymore, but these are the best sellers. Some of the items are limited, and Wonder Years made it on the best sellers list the last couple weeks. My autograph photo from my episodes of the Wonder Years of being a character on that show. Also, I want to thank, let's see if we can get to, there it is. Well, I want to thank Free Recipes on their website. They have your pork, all that good stuff, man. They got recipes online. They're a good dude. Pick up your sausage and your rubs, 10% off with the code BauerTime, guys. And let's get into it. All right, the show is officially starting. Big T, Flex Beanbag, Brent Mania, Andrew Good Speed Runs. Thank you guys for joining in. And I just want to remind everybody, you get a free gift if you hit today's special number in Super Chat donations, winner to be announced at the end. But to add more games and more fun for super chatting or supporting or donating, if you have the ability to, is during today's show, I have rum. I don't like to drink. I'm going to an event tonight. If you guys want to super chat me to drink, a $5 super chat or more will give me a shot. I'll take a shot live for you guys, and I might be drunk by the end of the show. That's another way for me to earn some subscription while you guys have fun watching me. I don't like drinking. I really don't. But I make some funny faces, and it's a good time. So if you feel like supporting and all that, I appreciate it. And since we've already had a couple of super chats, I'll give the first one for free. Here we go. Oh, God. Ugh. First one is free, basically, because we already got super chats. But every $5 donation later, I'll take a shot of something. God, I hate this. Why do I do this? It does help me sleep to take one shot before I go to bed. But this is wrong. Oh, baby, it burns so good. Oh, wrong. Wrong. Oh, my God, it's like getting chills. Ugh. I don't like it. So if you guys want to cause me pain, I gotta take a chaser or something of water. Oh, there's a little bit. Oh, that's wrong. All right, guys, the housekeeping is done. It is time to officially start the show. Just drink beer instead, Mike. Yeah, I don't even like beer. The only beer I do drink is Miller High Life. But hey, man, you got to do what you got to do to earn a couple extra dollars, dude, to pay your bills. All right, let's get the show started, guys. So, on these shows, people say, what do you talk about? Get to the interview. This and that. Well, the interview, we'll talk about that later, but the exclusive full interview is for members only right now. It'll always be released to the public, but it might be 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later. But the full interview is for members only, but it'll always be released to the public just later down the road. On these shows, I talk about politics, I talk about latest theories, or whatever the heck I want to talk about. Then we put an edited version of the interview into this show, like 30 to 40 minutes or whatever it may be. So, that's how this show works. The live shows on Thursdays. But I talk about whatever I want to talk about. We get into some subjects, and then we have a good time. But again, if you just want the exclusive interview, I recommend, if you could find a couple of bucks, become a member. We got about 64 members now. So I think we're doing good. I'd like to get to 100. That'd be pretty dang awesome. That's the only way I can make money on this channel is through super chats, donations, PayPal and everything. Become my friend on Venmo if you're interested down below, and then through memberships. That's the only way I can support myself. Every video is getting flagged. Brent Mania gifting memberships, baby. Brent is the moderator. He's also gifting memberships. So kiss his ass. But Brent's a great guy. All right, let's get the show started. And then we're going to do about 5 topics. And then we're going to get into the Luke Edwards interview. Then we're going to come back with about 5 more topics. And if I have a hard out, meaning I just got to quickly get out of here, so be it. It's going to happen. Hey, Addicted to Ubiquity gifted a membership. There you go. 3 AM Comedy got a membership. 10 past 11 got a membership. Man, y'all are doing some good. All right, let's get the show started. All right, a lot of people know that I'm into conspiracies. I don't believe anything is real or fake. I don't know if anything's real anymore. I don't really know if I believe in space. I don't really know if I believe the earth is round completely or what they tell us is truth. And everybody knows that the moon landing was faked. The moon landing was definitely faked. Thank you, Waver, for the donation. Love for you tonight. Got you, brother. Thank you, Waver. And I believe the moon landing was faked. But here's a little story that we're going to watch that it happened in 2019, but I'm just coming to the realization now. But apparently, CBS when they did their live coverage of the moon landing, they presented it as a simulation. And now let's watch this video footage of CBS basically simulating the entire moon landing in 1969 for their news network and their station. Okay, how do I get to that video? Footage to watch. So this would show how they would fake it for the news media and the stations. And notice in the footage I got, they cut out the audio. But I don't know why. But still, this is interesting. You guys think, oh, they can't fake the moon landing, this and that. Well, they were faking it on CBS back in the days, as they called it a CBS news simulation. Let's watch some of that footage. 1969 with their reporters on the ground. And apparently they faked the landing, the space flight, and they did a simulation of everything. The lander landing, the pictures. Hey, look, he's next to a shuttle. There's a fake moon guy. It's all a simulation. There's the moon. They created a set. They filmed it on a movie set to fake it for CBS. They literally created a film set to fake it for CBS. Think about that. If they faked it for CBS...
This is CBS News color coverage of Man on the Moon.
If they faked it for CBS and presented it, and they had to tell you it was a simulation, why couldn't they have faked it for real and presented it as real, but it was actually a simulation that they filmed? These are the questions you have to ask yourself, guys. I'm just saying, this is not the proof. This is not the final result of what they showed us on that projector. And let's be honest, can the radio waves go from the moon to a projector in 1969? Was the technology that good? Just saying. These are the questions you got to ask yourself. But there it is. CBS news simulation. They simulated and they faked it for the news. Now, this could be happening in other events. Many other things where they fake it and present footage that's fake, but they don't no longer tell us. They never no longer write CBS simulation of an event where somebody took a GUN and SHOOT'd everybody. Again, Hollywood fakery is the theme of today's episode. There it is. Pretty interesting, guys. What are your thoughts on it? And I'll read them in a second, right after I finish the segment. I'll read your comments about this moon simulation. Now, here's they presented all this footage again 50 years later. And this came out in 2019. This came out in 2019. Hey, we got a big old super chat coming from Kay. God bless you. God bless you. Sweetie Tryhard. Sending donation as well, brother. Appreciate that. Kay, you are amazing. You're already better than 90% of the universe. Chori Queso. Sorry, I don't know how to press the button to like it. But, so this came out in 2019, but I'm just finding it where they released this footage from CBS News as they're telling us it's a simulation. Just got to make you think. It's just fantastic. 50 years later, we're finding out that they faked it for CBS News, and it's all coming back to us that maybe it's faked. Flat Cat Jessica, thank you for becoming a member. You're awesome. Now look at this in the article. Let's read what they wrote in the article for this news footage. Also included were video clips of CBS News simulations, what were at the time high-tech graphical recreations of the various spacecraft NASA was using. They were high-tech graphical recreations of the spacecraft NASA was using. So NASA and CBS were working together to create graphical recreations for the moon landing. The footage also included what CBS labeled as studio simulations. This included a life-size model of the lunar lander built in a studio outfitted with a fake moonscape and complete with a human actor playing out astronaut moves. It's all there, guys. It's all there. Yes, that faked it. Really interesting, guys. Really, really interesting, in my opinion, guys. What are your thoughts on the hollow earth? Man, that's an interesting theory I need to get into. Zelo, is that who wrote that? Zero? Yeah, I need to get into that. I really, really need to get into that. All right, now let's get into more fakery. Since today's theme is Hollywood and theories, and I gotta watch every word I say on this channel, trying to figure out what gets me flagged every dang week. But let me present this, guys, to everybody, and I want you all to know if this is real or fake from your opinion. Now, this is Meghan Markle and Prince Harry on Britain's Got Talent. This is Meghan Markle and Prince Harry doing an appearance on Britain's Got Talent. What's wrong with them? Seriously, what's wrong with them? Oh, I forgot to take shots. You guys have donated. Oh, I forgot to take a couple of shots. You guys donated for every $5. Oh, God, I don't like it. I don't like it. I probably owe you guys a couple more, but I'll get to it. Oh, keep donating. I'll drink every once in a while. Keep playing that game. Sorry, guys. All right, the footage is not playing. Let me try. That's just a theory, and it's not them. Yes, we know this. It's mask. They're wearing mask created by a special effects company, probably for Hollywood, for Meghan Markle and all that. And a couple of years later, when people started to expose this type of appearance, apparently, the rumor is they were made. People knew, but maybe people did not know. Bonan the Barbarian. I love it. And he put, salute your shorts. I love it, dude. What a great meme. I owe you a shot as well. So there it is. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are wearing masks. And apparently the debunked theory is people thought they were robots. But the mainstream media said it's mask for their wax figures. You know, they have a wax figure that they just replace mask on. You know, for the celebrity or the singer, the artist, whatever. But that's what they're saying. But this is so real. Look at that grin. Look at that face. We don't know what's real or fake anymore. And then here's an interesting thing that goes along with that Meghan Markle and mask. Those masks look like the same mask that might have been made for the movie Megan. But let's be honest. That mask was made in Megan to look... Also, the movie's called Megan. Who was wearing the mask a couple of years earlier on Britain's Got Talent to show the mask to the world? Meghan. Meghan Markle. Sorry, I got an alarm. Alexa, dismiss. Had an alarm. Who was wearing the mask? Meghan Markle. I hope I didn't make everybody's Alexa go off. That's so funny. And then look at the slogan of Meghan. It has the 3 lines. It's the same 3 lines in the Biden-Harris logo. I'm not saying they're connected, but that is 3-3. The number 3 is an Illuminati symbol. But Meghan Markle wore the mask to the public to present that type of fakery to the world. Then a movie came out called Meghan. So that meant the technology was being produced not for the movie Meghan, but for Meghan Markle. But this is the way they can present fakery in public and get away with it. It's pretty interesting. Then the name of the movie is called Meghan. And if you want to look into a conspiracy, you can write the word game from it. And then you can put the letter N in front of it. End game. Is this the end game? Everything's being faked? I don't know. You got to think about this stuff, guys. And if they can fake mask and make people look real, you got to start thinking. Thank you, Bonan the Barbarian, for the donations and everybody else. And now let's watch a video on how these masks are produced and how real they look. And let's be honest. They're showing you the Meghan mask and the Meghan Markle mask, and they look a little bit fake. But they can make ones that look so dang real in an event or a false flag or whatever might be presented. You ain't even going to know if they're real or fake. Because they're not speaking, they're in the background, or they're being videotaped from somewhere far away. They can even do body doubles. Some people think Joe Biden has a body double, or 2 or 3 of them. And we all know presidents have body doubles. Maybe they have mask doubles now, where they wear mask and they just walk to the plane, or they walk here, they walk there. You got to make you think, guys. Let's watch this news story and let's look at some of these masks that are being created nowadays to fake everything. This world is getting scary, y'all.
The other is always a mask, and the task is simply to indicate which one is the mask. Now, if people can tell the difference, they should pick the mask every time, but that's not what we found. In fact, people pick the real face instead of the mask on at least 20% of occasions. So this tells us that people are having a really tough time telling the best of these masks from real faces.
Well, these incredibly lifelike masks, and I've got one right here. They're made by in Canada by a Quebec-based company, Real Flesh Masks, and they're designed, as you said, to imitate real human faces, and they really do. They look remarkably real. So what we've got a picture of an actual human face, and here is one of a realistic mask. So, as you said, you did this research, wow. And you've asked participants to choose between the masks and the wearing of the faces. I guess, were you surprised?
I mean, from far away, in an event, or taking a photo of, nobody can tell the difference. And if they're human or if it's a mask, especially with CGI or photo accountability, it's insane, guys. It's insane. The only reason I like mask or fake things is for SEX dolls. I want one of those. I need one of those.
Surprised by what you discovered?
We were surprised because some people are skeptical and tend to be overconfident, say, oh, well, I would be able to tell the difference. We don't have to argue about that. We can just run the experiment. And so that's what we've done.
Look, these masks are designed to be used for a variety of reasons, medical training, movie production. There have got to be some concerns, some practical concerns about how they could be used outside of those purposes.
Yeah, for fakery. And then now, here's where they're going to probably tell you the disinfo. Oh, you know what? We can't do that. We would never do that for nefarious purposes, to rob a liquor store, to do this, to do that, to fake an event.
We're interested in how people cover their faces to conceal their identity. And if someone robs a bank, say, wearing a balaclava, then police will be fully aware that they don't know what the robber looks like. But if someone robs a bank wearing a mask that passes for human, then they might think they know what the robber looks like, but be very much mistaken. And that can lead the investigation down the wrong path if they're looking for someone of the wrong age or the wrong race or the wrong gender. And that's not just hypothetical. We're aware of about 40 cases worldwide where something like that has happened.
Yeah, Rob, we were just watching some video of someone wearing one of those masks and then removing it. You're absolutely right. That could send police and law enforcement down a completely wrong path if they think that what they're looking at is an actual human face. Rob Jenkins, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you, by the way.
Naysayers, what's up? You said you honestly say it wouldn't work on you. Well, because you're awake. You're one of those people that's probably awake to the world. And a lot of people are not there yet. But, yeah. David Parmacast, the Zeke the Plumber mask might, perhaps. You know what? That's pretty awesome, though. The world needs that. So do I.
To Ian Marier, owner of Real Flesh Masks, for the use of his creation. And for more information, you can visit realfleshmasks.com.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe.
Be sure to subscribe for
here.
more.
And you can check out more Your Morning
All right,
videos right here.
Now, let's look at some other examples. Here's another company. There's multiple companies.
I hope this makes everyone happy.
Yeah, it smells like Bob.
Here's another company called Hyperflesh. Here's a little girl mask. And again, you may think, oh, that looks kind of fake.
Ugh.
Trust me, from far away,
Gross.
from other people not seeing it up close, you don't know if it's real. If they placed that on a little dwarf or a midget or even a child from far away in photos, you would not be able to tell. It again, but these are probably the same
Ew,
people that
stop.
made those masks.
Don't move. Ew, stop.
It's just very, very scary.
Sorry,
and
everyone. I
interesting.
get freaked out by this. Try waking up in your house.
And again, if they're showing you this, a faker looking, little girl or whatever, they have better technology and they're doing it more real looking and smaller. They're specifically making these masks bigger because these are not the ones that like directly go on a face. These are the ones that go bigger so you can maybe buy it in a Halloween store or something and they're kind of big. But if they're showing you a little bit of this fakeness looking for you to think, oh, that's not real, I can tell. They have better versions. Trust me.
And seeing this every day.
Yeah, it's a fun way to wake up, actually.
Ugh.
It's just insane. This scares me. The thought of all of this scares the heck out of me, guys. Because we don't know if we're living in a simulation or anything. And then here's one of the more realistic ones. Look, see? This is one of the more realistic ones. And this is what they think Biden wears. And he's moving his mouth. Look, and it's working. It's coordinating with his face. Hey, Dave, Jet, Baby Teeth, Neptune. Look at this. See, these are those, not the fake-looking ones. These are like the realer-looking ones, and they're easy to put on. Look at this. This is intense. So whenever you see anything on the news, in an event of this or that, might not even be that person. They might be wearing a mask. Pretty intense, guys. Hollywood, the media, the government, everything. They work together, guys. And they have been for many years. So like we talked about with the moon landing and now events, they do propaganda always, guys. They film propaganda always. And now they add special effects. They add masks. They add whatever you think, guys. That's from Metamorphosis Mask. And they use celebrities and everybody to present it to the world to disinfo. But see, now here's one where they put it on. Look how quickly he did it. You see that? Just quickly did it. Wow. Watching this disturbs me, guys. Just does. Because I'm already awake and I already know what's going on. Just scares me. Let me know your thoughts, guys. But they use celebrities and stuff like that, disinfo agents, as disinfo, as we're going to see here. See, this is supposedly the girl from Harry Potter, but this was CGI. This was debunked as not real with Sofia Vergara, the lady from Modern Family. This was actual CGI. You get it? So they're showing you a CGI version of the mask. So you think, oh, it's not real, because I know it's CGI. It's disinfo. So you think about the other masks that you see, that we saw that were real looking, but then people, the regular sheep, watch videos like this, and then they get told, you know what, that was just a joke for a late night talk show. That was CGI. It's not real. It's computer graphics. So then people don't know that mask could look that real, or they watch this and they think every time they see a mask, it's fake. It's CGI. Watch this disinfo. See, they make it look fake. And then here's another big company. They did a mask for Danny DeVito. But again, from far away and in photos, if they added a body, you would not know. And now they spread the disinfo.
See, hyperflash.
And they show him the mask on. Sorry, let me turn down the audio in case there's any. They have a girl wearing the mask as comedy, as humor, to be funny, to disinfo everybody. But they present the mask to Danny DeVito. Watch. Just, they use humor for us to think, oh, it does look fake, though. It looks fake, kinda. It looks fake. Too big. It looks fake. When, you know, they're presenting real-looking masks every day in life, whether it be politicians, Biden, or whoever else. Guys, that's insane. That's insane, guys. I just wanted to present that story, guys, to everybody. I thought it was insane. Brett Mania, I gifted membership to Chorizo. YouTube picks one of his members when you gift a membership. I don't know how all that works, but thank you guys for being online. Bandit's best, everybody. And just a reminder, I do have a number in mind where you get a special gift from my merchandise store for Super Chats. When you hit that number, winner will be announced at the end of the show. And if you guys want to get me more drunk with some more Super Chats, and I owe you guys a few more drinks, we can do it during the show. Oh, God, why? I don't like this. Oh, baby, yeah. Wrong. All right, guys. More fakery. I cannot prove it. More fakery. What's up, Sanchez? What's up, Andrew Speedruns? More fakery, guys. And sorry, let's watch the. Is that the whole video? Sorry, guys. My computer kind of takes a moment to get all the videos ready. That was the mask video.
First fifth. First, you good? You good? Oh my.
Let me reset this whole video, guys, and then I'll debunk it toward the end, but I have to reset the whole video to the beginning. It wasn't set up correctly. Let's watch this story, and then we'll talk about it. I believe this is fake. I believe this is propaganda, and I'll explain why in a minute.
Wave slammed into a U.S. Army base in the South Pacific. It comes
caught on camera as an extreme wave hits a U.S. military base.
First, you good? You good?
Force of the water so strong it plows right through the glass doors, taking 2 people with it.
Jake, are you okay?
Others stunned, climbing on tables. Then another wave rushing in, now taking out the windows,
Get out of here!
pitching them into darkness as the lights go out. It happened at a military base in the Pacific Ocean's Marshall Islands, a tiny nation considered the front lines of climate change as rising sea levels are leading to powerful waves and flooding.
An extreme wave is a wave that is much...
Now watch this military man, and it looks like he's reading from a script.
larger than, say, the average of the waves at a given time.
Real quick, I just want the military man comes up in a second, guys. But listen to this scientist explanation, or weather scientist. Listen to his idiotic statement that everybody knows. Listen to this.
Powerful waves and flooding.
An extreme wave is a wave that is much larger than, say, the average of the waves at a given time.
An extreme wave is much larger than the average wave at any given time. Oh, thank you for that intelligent speak. I wouldn't have thought that an extreme wave is bigger than an average wave, you know, by the word extreme. I would have never figured that out, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that very, very educated, you know, knowledge that I would not have otherwise understood.
Rising sea levels are leading to powerful waves and flooding.
An extreme wave is a wave that is much larger than, say, the average of the waves at a given time. If there are multiple wave sets, then it's possible that the energy can just double in an area from two different sets of waves.
This island houses some of the U.S. Army's most sophisticated space tracking equipment. The Army says at least 1/3 of the island was flooded after a series of unpredicted giant waves.
Wait a second! A military base that has space equipment was hit by waves and 1/3 of the island destroyed? But it holds space equipment and technology. And do they manipulate weather? I'm pretty sure most of us know they do. Multiple countries, if we are at war, can manipulate weather. Do we play weather tricks on other countries? Do they play weather tricks on us? I wonder, would that be a weapon? Would a weather weapon be a weapon against other countries where you can manipulate and affect them? Maybe in an unseen war? Or is this propaganda? We'll talk about that in a minute. But something is going on here. You be the judge. Now, let's watch this military man. It looks like he's reading from a script.
Minor injuries reported.
This is going to go down in Quadras history books as one of its most challenging times ever in its 80-year history. We will...
It's a simple statement. This is going to be one of the worst times in history that we've ever dealt with. But he's looking down at a script. Maybe he's looking at himself in a camera. I don't know. But still, it sounds disingenuous. It sounds written. It sounds scripted. And it's a simple statement that this is a very bad event that is really affecting us. Why does it look and sound so fake?
Minor injuries reported.
This is going to go down in Quadras history books as one of its most challenging times ever in its 80-year history. We will get through this, and we are settling in for a marathon of recovery ahead.
So experts say these kinds of waves...
We will get through this. We will overcome this devastating wave that nobody cares about. That probably didn't even really hit. And he was wearing military gear. We'll explain that in a minute.
Waves, they result from a multitude of factors, a product of weather systems, the tides.
See, this is like disinfo. If they manipulate weather and other countries or even ourselves are hurting each other with weather, or these events are they're testing these things, maybe the American people weather tested this on their own institution to see if it worked. On a beachfront military facility. I don't know. But still, they're presenting it as a tragedy. because they don't want people to look into the truth. And then now they're telling us the reason why these waves hit is because of climate change, because of, hot air, and, the world's getting worse. You get it? These are all the agendas they can put on top of this. It's pretty ridiculous, guys.
So experts say these kinds of waves, they result from a multitude of factors, a product of weather systems, the tides, and the coastal landscape.
All right, now, guys, this is why, as a theorist, I can think this event is manipulated, faked. Yes, it happened. Yes, there's tons of water. But it could be a set, like a movie, with a ton of water, and they figure it all out, and I don't know. But it was at a military institution, okay? Now, look at this you got to think, who's filming it? How did this cameraman have the exact timing to be on the exact door and film this? And why do they never film sideways, where you can get the full angle? In every event, they always film with the diagonal lines because that's less quality. You could see less instead of going diagonal. Oh, it's easier to hold that way. Okay, whatever. But this looks like a professional cameraman to me. Look, they're all standing and ready, looking at the door. And the guy says, get away from the door, get it. Like they knew a minute or two before to start filming that something was going to happen. But yet there's people in front of the door, outside of the door. So this didn't happen spur of the moment where they weren't even witnessing it. They're all standing around waiting for it to happen. Because if it just happened, the camera probably wouldn't be on, first off. And even if it was, they'd be like, oh, and then the camera would turn. Then they'd be like, oh my God, water's coming in. But the camera is directly, well, from this footage, the earlier footage that we haven't seen may be that way. But still, they're all in front of the door, waiting for it to happen. And he's got the perfect frame to get the shot. And none of them are in military gear. I don't see anybody in military gear. If you can look closely and watch it, people have coffee in their hands. Like they're walking with coffee. Then it's hitting the door that says exit. Again, maybe the exit is toward the ocean, if they are really toward the ocean. Maybe the coming in doors are on the other side. Could be. But why are they all standing there? Why does he got the perfect angle? Why does he have the perfect timing? Makes you think, guys. I don't see anybody in military gear. Then when the waves come in, he stays there. Everybody else gets hit, goes across the land, hits the wall. There's wood shattering, everything. But this cameraman stays in the perfect spot, films the whole thing. He never loses his video footage. He never falls underneath the water. He never gets swept away. And there's nobody in military gear that I can see. I don't know what this is, guys. This is possibly propaganda. Fluffy Gamers Online, good to see ya. So let's watch this footage, guys. And then they give you, hey, get out of the doors, get out of the door. They give that fear-mongering and excitement for this video.
Result from a multitude of factors, a product of weather systems, the tides, and the coastal landscape.
Keep the door closed, keep the door closed. Whoa!
Whoa! Did you see the lady? What? Did you see the lady? She had a cup of coffee. That's in front of the doors. You got to watch it a million times. But she had a cup of coffee. Oh! But yet he's ready for the action. The perfect shot.
Tides and the coastal landscape.
Keep the door closed. Keep the door closed. Whoa! Whoa! What? Where's Viv? Where's Viv? Bert, you good? You good? Oh my God. Jake, are you okay? Coming in! Get out of here!
That's like 5 feet up. Get out of here!
Keep the door closed. Keep the door closed. Whoa!
Whoa! It's happening. It's really happening.
Where's Where's Viv? Where's Viv?
But I just don't know if it was, they knew it was going to happen, like an event.
Oh my God. Jake, are you okay? Coming in. Get out of here! Look, that's like 5 feet up.
So there it is, guys. Just my thoughts. Again, it is really happening. It might be on a beach. It might be on an ocean. That's not what I'm saying. I just question everything. And when that military guy was talking and it looked like it was scripted, and how I heard that it happened on a military base that has NASA technology, my mind just started wondering whether it be another country and we're at war and they're manipulating the weather. And then why did the footage, in my opinion, the cameraman be ready for the action? I didn't see anybody in military gear. I just started asking questions. But it happened, but I just don't know if they're using it for propaganda to sell us a story. And I didn't know if that military guy was reading off a script. It just felt a little bit fake to me, if you know what I'm saying. All right, let's move along, guys. We got to get this show rolling. I talk too much, but I appreciate you guys. Just a reminder, Super Chat's available to win the prize on my merchandise store. Buying me some Alcee hauls. And I'll do another one because I think you guys paid a bunch, more than $5 a few different times. Why am I doing this? This is so wrong. Especially when my brother's an alcoholic. Ugh, but I'm not drinking that much. Ugh, oh, God, I don't like it. Thank you guys for supporting. Now, quick question. Is Boeing being targeted? They're now reducing their planes, all these plane crashes or plane issues, and everything's going on. And again, if we are in war, war can be waged on many fronts, whether it be countries versus Boeing, whether it be America companies and other companies versus Boeing, and whatever the case may be, sabotage. There's a lot of companies. Maybe Boeing is a producer of planes and weapon systems for the American military, or maybe other countries. Maybe they disrespected America or another country, and they're somehow being targeted with weapons or whatever to make their planes blow up, catch on fire, you know, doors open in the live stream. I don't know. But why all of a sudden, after these planes, exact planes have been manufactured for many years, they worked for many years, now all of a sudden in 2024, almost every Boeing plane or certain plane, an MS-10 or whatever they call it, are all getting bad. Oh, it's just manufacturing issues, Mikey. Relax, you're getting conspiratorial. Relax. Boeing is going to address it and fix it. But we've been watching footage of planes, and it's all been happening in Florida. The door collapsed mid-flight, flying out of Florida. We just had video footage of a plane and the engine and whatever exploding, a Boeing plane, and it happened in Florida. We had the Miami Mall incident that happened in Florida. And there's a little bit of an update to the mall, the alien mall thing that I haven't talked about. Maybe I'll get to that next week. But there's some updates on that situation. It's getting bigger. It happened on January 1st, the alien mall in Florida. And a year prior, in 2023, something happened at that mall at the same time where they have video footage of like 50 cop cars as well on January 1st, 2023. So they have the same type of an event in January 1st of 2023 happen at the same Miami Mall, and there's video footage to prove it. And then the same event, a different alien event or whatever it was called, happens on January 1st, 2024 in the same manner. So we have basically the same type of an event with a lot of cop cars happening on New Year's Day 2 years in a row. Now, there's a lot of things that we're in a simulation and we're still living in 2023. There's a lot of people videotaping clocks in their car, on their computer, and stuff like that. And they get messages that says, We're in September of 2023. I had that message on my computer as well until I updated the date and time. But I never had to do that ever, ever, ever. Till maybe a week or two ago. 3 weeks ago. Right around January 1st. My computer said we were in 2023. It said we were in September 2023. Is time slowing down? What is happening? But back to the Boeing targeted in Florida. What's going on, guys? Let me know your opinions on that, guys. Just some interesting stuff, guys. It's all happening, and it's all in the forefront now. And they don't want people to fly. They don't want people to travel in the future, so they're scaring us even more to fly, whether it be United Airlines, whatever these things. They don't want us to fly. They don't want us to travel. Maybe these were holograms. That plane that was in the sky with a flaming engine, maybe they were testing out a holographic system because they do have them. And they wanted to see if people would think it's real. I don't know, guys. I have questions about everything. Don't kill the messenger. It's a restaurant called the Good Booger. All right, now, speaking of the Matrix.
Hi, babies.
Watch these chickens.
Goodness. Where y'all going? Where are you going? You ready for some grubs? Let's go! It's grub time! What the fool? Why are they all not moving?
The chickens just froze, guys. They were moving around and they froze.
What?
I'll try to debunk it in a minute.
What?
But this is... And look, they just start running again. Like their computer program just started.
Guys!
Again. Here we go.
Oh my god. What is... Chickens!
Chickens! Chickens!
Oh my god. I'm so glad I decided to record this. Chickens!
Here we go. Here they run. Watch. They just restart.
What is happening right now? Chickens! Chickens!
That's insane. Scary.
Chickies! Why are y'all not moving? Hello? Oh? This one literally has not stopped moving. Or has not moved at all. The foot is in the same place.
Here they run. Watch.
Did I do something?
Did I do something?
Nick!
There!
What the?
That was insane.
Oh my god!
All right, guys. I don't know what to tell you guys. So, look. People are going to have their own opinions. They're going to debunk it themselves. They're going to call it special effects. Let me see if I can get it to stop on a good frame. Oh, that's the wave one. Sorry, guys. Where's the chicken one? See if I can get it on a better frame so we can talk about it so people can see.
Hello, chickies. Hi, baby.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
Sorry, guys.
I'm so glad
my computer's so slow.
Guys.
There. Let's get it on that frame. Okay. People can say, oh, it's CGI. It's fake. They paused the video footage. They used a computer program to make the camera move. You know, it's a wide shot or a 360 camera, and they made it move. You know, even though they paused the video, they made an external editing program, you know, move the camera around. And then she did ADR, advanced dialogue recording, to say chickens, chickens. Because technically, do we see the wind moving, the trees? Do we see another person in the background while the chicken are lying still? We do not. And the quality ain't the best. So you can say it may be CGI, computer graphics, or stuff like that. But here's my disillusion to that. Why would somebody go through that much technology and that much trouble to make a TikTok video showing chicken standing still? Well, people do it for money, but that seems like a lot of work for that theory of it being faked with CGI and camera work and computers and editing and whatever it may be. Now, the official story, experts, chicken scientists, or whoever came out after watching this video a couple months ago and it becoming popular, they came out and said they believe it's due to chicken and their security. Chickens have a inbred security faction whenever they see a hawk or a predator in the sky. They stand still and don't move so they do not get picked up by a hawk and eaten and killed. They have an innate nature to stand that still, not even move a beak in a predator fashion. That's what the chicken scientist experts are saying. Well, now that tells me it's real. I don't think it's fake CGI. I don't think it's fake computer. That tells me it's real. We've seen a lot of things of glitching video footage of cars appearing, people being moved out of the way, people appearing, people glitching, actors, celebrities standing still during broadcast. Are we in a computer simulation? And does that simulation run out of power? Does it have glitches like video games? You be the judge. Brent Mania's like, I believe it. Collector's Conquest. Why is she staying in the same place and not walking up to them? Again, that could go to the case of, why we're trying to say it might be faked. I understand you. But the camera does zoom in, and again, that can be done with a computer. But that excuse of them not even moving for a hawk makes you have to question it. But I'm just saying, they don't look like, they don't move at all, guys. They don't move at all. If they're even looking for a hawk, I don't know, guys. It's up to you to figure that one out.
It's happening right now. Babies? Guys.
Just freaks me out, guys.
What is happening right now?
I do believe we glitch in this world, and this might be one of them that happened. There's other glitches and videos in the world for you guys to find and look at. But this one just piqued my interest because it got really popular.
Hello?
How does the guy from El Pollo Loco order those chickens? Does he go to a chicken farm? Does he go to a chicken farm and then he walks up to the owner of the chicken farm? He's like, hello, my name is Don Juan. I'd like to buy some chickens. And Don Juan's like, yeah, we got plenty of chickens. We got free range, organic, this and that. We got all these type of chickens. Just look around. How many chickens do you need? A lot of chickens. Well, we got plenty. Pick and choose. And then he looks around. He goes, excuse me. I don't want the regular chickens. These are regular chickens. I want the crazy chickens. I want the crazy chickens. I have a restaurant called El Pollo Loco. That means the crazy chickens. I don't want to buy the regular chickens. I want the crazy chickens. They taste better. Just like a crazy girlfriend. Nobody wants to marry a crazy girlfriend, but will definitely eat and hang out for one night at least with a crazy girlfriend because they're fun. Let's just watch them run again. Let's just watch them run
Chickens!
again. This really freaks me out. Did they unpause it?
Did I do
I kind of think this is real, guys. But hey, you never know. I'm open-minded.
Nick!
Look at that. That's insane, y'all. That's insane.
Oh my God!
Remember VHS back in the days when you would pause it? You'd get a line. That's how you know this is not VHS quality, even though it looks it. You would get a line if they paused it on the chickens. You'd get a wavy line. All right, guys, it is that time. Let's get into the interview of Luke Edwards, the actor from The Wizard. We had a good time together, guys, talking. It actually ended up being a 3-hour podcast. And as of this moment, the exclusive, uncensored version, non-edited version is available for members only. So consider becoming a member of this channel for a couple of bucks. It helps support me. It helps bring you more content because every one of my videos get flagged. And it also helps me to hopefully get out and do more interviews if you become a member. That being said, I just quickly wanted to say this show and all my interviews are a work in progress. I'm having technology issues. I'm learning how to do it bigger and better every week within my constraints of my technology, my finances, my traveling capabilities. And I have a lot of anxiety. And when we went live for the 3 hours, I unfortunately have to learn the hard way and on the go that I need to let Luke Edwards speak more and me speak less because the interview is about him and not me telling my stories. But when I get excited and I'm having a good time, I just tend to want to be a part of the conversation and tell my life to everybody. Then it is a members exclusive, so that way you can ask him questions whenever I do go live on an interview. And I didn't get to the questions till 3 hours later. All the questions from the members. I'm pretty sure I got to all of them at the end of the video, but I felt bad about it because who can stay there for 3 hours waiting for their question to be answered? Not a lot of people. And they are members and they are supporting me, so I felt bad about it. But guys, he also had Wi-Fi, so it cuts in and out, and we had a delay, but we got it done. It was a good time. This is the edited version. Full version is for members only, and I'm only going to get better with interviewing and hanging out and getting your questions answered in the podcast to come. So stick with me, become a member to get the exclusive live streams when I go live, and ask questions to the guests if they are live at that moment. Some interviews have to be filmed before. Some interviews have to be filmed live, and I cannot live stream them in person. So I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to figure it all out. Like I said, this Happy Aliens podcast is a work in progress. I don't know what it'll officially become, but this is what you got for now. And just expect better things and better hosting skills in interviews from me and hopefully technology in the days ahead. All right, let's listen to the edited version of Luke Edwards from The Wizard, The Newsies, Little Big League, and Jeepers Creepers. And if you want to watch the full version, it'll be in the members only section for members only, but it will be released to the public in the coming weeks. So everybody will be able to watch the full version. It got flagged again as well. But here we go. Luke Edwards on the Happy Alien Podcast. It's Luke Edwards. Let's bring him in. How you doing, Luke?
I'm doing really good, man. How are you? Nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here. Again, I have concerns if we're live or not. I'm seeing comments, and it says nobody is watching. I don't even know if we're live. We better be. These are the technical issues I was talking about. What's the best way for me to see if we're live? I guess I got to log in while we're talking to YouTube. Okay, Rebel, my boy Rebel Raider said yes, we're live. Okay, guys, because it says no viewers, so forgive me. So Rebel Raider said, yep, we're live, Mikey. All right, good job. All right, so introduce yourself. Just give you by name, and I don't know, just tell somebody a little story of maybe how you became an actor.
Oh man, well, yeah, you know, my I got my kind of intro. I don't know if it was in the same place as you, but you know, it was there at the Young Actors Space, man. I had offered classes offered to me through my my stepdad at that time, and it was free. He was basically trading, he was a chiropractor, so he was trading classes for treatments, and so they just said, I mean, I don't know, like probably unlike a lot of other actors, I never had any idea that would be something I would do, They just, so when they offered it to me, it was kind of, it was out of left field, and I just said, sure, I guess I'll try that. And I ended up having a lot of fun, and then of course.
Is that how you got an agent? Is that how you got an agent through the Young Actors Space? Yeah,
then Diane and Nora, basically they, I think they came back to my mom and they said, something like, hey, he should try it. He should really try this. And so they offered to set me up with, Judy Savage, who was kind of there. Yeah, Diane's really.
That was the big agency that worked with Diane and them. Yeah.
Right. So I don't know. It's all kind of was up to them. They sort of set the whole thing up, and from there, just went on auditions. And it's like the classic thing. I probably went on 100 auditions, before I even booked anything. Just so many failures. Of course, is how we sort of all start out.
How young were you when you officially started out? Because when I started out and I had a couple of auditions, I got butt hurt, man. They literally told me to my face, we're going with another person. And my emotions, I didn't know how to deal with it. I really got upset. Like, it bothered me. Did that ever happen to you at your age?
Yeah, I mean, because I wasn't really, it wasn't my idea to do it in the first place. And so for me, the classes were fun, the exercises and stuff was fun, but I didn't, I didn't really care that much if it went one way or the other, and so early on when it was a lot of rejection, I think it was harder for my mom, who, was like driving me around town.
Yeah. The actor's mom, the actor's mom or dad. There was a lot of those, man, where they would dress you up in a tie and a tuxedo.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then the kid would go to the audition, stand in the waiting room. The mom's like, okay, do you know your lines? Do you know your part? Let's practice. Oh, look here, do your hair.
Yep, the whole rigmarole, man. Yeah,
crazy.
So my first kind of like, real good job, legitimate job. I did a TV mini series that was called "I Know My First Name Is Steven," and it was real heavy.
I looked into that. I saw that.
Super heavy, subject matter. Kind of crazy. That's the, work that you're doing coming in as at 7 or 8 years old. But it was really good. It was really like well done. And so. And people just, like, it was crazy. People really responded to it. Like, even years later, that would be the thing that people would recognize me from, and it could, because it, like, made such an impact on them, because it's just crazy story, kind of super heavy story.
What happened to movies or movies of the week, dude? Like, I did two of them at least, I think. What happened to them? They're no longer around, like ABC movie of the week.
Oh, totally. that used to be a great, paycheck for us. They were real regular, and it was kind of, bang bang, like you make them and move on, and there were so many, yeah, it's kind of sad, like a lot of jobs for us, they're just, it's a different world now. Anyway,
yeah,
that was so that I think kind of off of that, I think a lot of people watched it, and so off of that, I kind of went right over into Wizard, and I mean, another kind of crazy experience, because I don't know, just we're working with all these people, and I just, like, again, I was oblivious. I just really didn't know.
You were so young. Yeah, you were so young.
And I just sort of showed up and did my best.
You definitely did, but it's so memorable. That's what happens with certain movies that we've all done, or TV shows, is 20, 30 years later, they call them cult classics. And The Wizard is just that movie that, like, for all the kids playing Nintendo, and they wanted to be you. So I guess I asked you, like, what was your favorite memory on that set of The Wizard, if you have any, or a favorite moment?
Oh yeah. Well, I loved all those games. I was playing all those games just like every other kid. So a lot of the movie was, so the torturous part, right, was that they had all these games set up for me to be playing, but of course I wasn't playing any of them. It was it was like a tape of someone else playing, that just ran on like a loop. And it was, it was horrible, because also the person that they had taped playing it, I thought wasn't very good. So like,
again, do you have a favorite on-set memory or moment, like with one of the actors, or something that just always stayed with you on the Wizard, or any other movies?
Well, it was the games for me. We shot a couple times in arcades, and so for those days they would open up the cabinet so that you could, like, play free, which was like mind-blowing to me as a kid. It was like, oh my God, you can, if you have a key, you just open the front of the thing up and you could play as long as you want. This was crazy. So anyway, that was, for me, that was just insane. It was so much fun. As you know, like on sets, there's so much downtime. We're just sitting around waiting, for hours. And so most of the time, we're like out in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing to do. But that day, or those few days when we were in Reno at the arcade, man, every time there was a free moment, I was off playing one of those games, one or another, with the front opened up, and just, oh God, I was having a blast.
I love it too. Did you ever do any hacks at the arcade when you got older, like on pinball? I used to take like a fake quarter. We called it a slug. We would drill a hole in it. We'd put a string, and then you'd stick the slug in there with the string, and it would fall down and it would hit the wire. Then you pull it back up, and you'd get one credit.
Right.
I love doing stuff like that.
Such a good hustle, man.
Do you still talk to the cast? Are you guys still friends?
So I still see Fred, around every once in a while. I haven't seen him in a little while now, but we've done a bunch of events. We went down to Austin a while back. We did Alamo Draft House. We did an event down there. And
did you do a screening?
Yeah, screening and Fred came down, and Todd, the director, and I still see Todd, the director, around, because he's still doing all kinds of stuff, and he's the greatest, nicest guy ever. So but I a lot of the other people I haven't seen.
So they travel. So I've met Jenny throughout the years, and we're pretty decent. But it was really nice to see her, just like all of you guys at the Young Actor Space reunion.
Yeah. She was the nicest. Her and I kind of teamed up you know, on that set, we were buddies and allies. We kind of had each other's back, and she was just the nicest ever. But I didn't really, you know, I saw her one time. I ran into her one time at like a friend's house party in Los Feliz, you know, just total random.
Everything happens in Los Feliz for actors. Like, that's the millennial area, the hipster area.
That's right.
Like, every time I go to a party and I'm hanging out with real celebrities like you, it's like in Los Feliz.
Of course. And it was such a hip party, you know, like I didn't belong there. I wasn't nearly hip enough to be at that party, you know. One of my cool friends brought me, you know, but I did proceed to get very drunk, and then I ran into her, you know, and it was the first time we'd seen each other, you know.
Hey, Jenny, how you doing?
Yeah, exactly. It was exactly.
Remember me?
Like
I'm the wizard.
Yeah. She was. I think she was a little freaked out, you know. She was kind of like.
She probably didn't know it at first glance. The next movie that you did, big one that I'd like to talk about, was it Newsies or Little Big League? I think it was Newsies.
Newsies. Yeah, Newsies was 91. Those songs are so great. They're just, you know, little
one of the songs that you were heavily featured in got controversy with the lady in the theater. Remember the lady where you meet that beautiful lady who she's singing in the theater?
Oh, yeah.
That song got removed from the final cut, like on whenever it went on DVD or whether, because she said some interesting things either about children or about sexual situations or something in the song. So you might not know it, but it got cut out in a lot of versions.
No way! Oh my god!
Yeah, and it's not in the Broadway play.
Wow! Ha! That I did not know.
I
do remember that song being kind of like risque, you know, and like at
that's
the time,
what it was. Like, something happened.
Right.
Some sort of controversy, man. They had a Broadway musical. Did you ever go check it out?
Yeah, they brought us out there. Disney brought us out for repertory, you know, when they were trying to put it up onto Broadway. So we did a big kind of event, and you know, met a bunch of people and stuff and all that. And then a year later, it did actually go to Broadway. And a bunch of us, we hit them up again. We were like, hey, now that it's on Broadway, why don't you send us out again so we could go to Broadway and see the show? Disney said,
yes.
Nope,
Yeah.
Sorry, we're not paying for that. So I went. So I was like, okay, you guys suck. I'll go out on my own dime, and I did, and it was.
Oh,
it was
wow.
great.
Wow, they were spending too much money on their Marvel movies, bro.
Yeah, right. You know, I'm kind of living a different, you know, it's a little different life outside of Hollywood and all that, you know. I came back to my little hometown up in the mountains, so it's great. Love it.
You're living off the grid, which is a good thing.
Yeah, right.
Unfortunately, we got to pay our bills, and sometimes we have to go back, you know, to the acting or whatever we can to make some money.
That's right.
And that's the sad part, because sometimes do you want to completely leave it all behind?
No, I like it.
How do you feel about acting?
I like the work a lot. You know, I dig it, and you know, I want to be kind of in it. I want to be working. That's, you know, I'm writing and stuff. We're like, you know, we got stuff in the works. We're trying to make all kinds of different things.
That's right. You're trying to do all the producing, writing.
Yeah. And I still go and do, you know, signings and stuff. I'm sure you do some of that stuff too, right? It's like, it's a real funny world.
Conventions, not really. Yeah, I haven't done a lot of conventions. I'm starting to. I just got an agent.
Good.
But yeah, I need to do that, unfortunately.
You should, man. There's a lot of, you know, I mean, there's just a lot of that stuff going on. It's amazing to me how much money people spend on this stuff, you know, collectibles, basically. Like, people love it. So, you know, what Tom, you know Thomas Nicholas,
you did Adverse with him.
Yeah,
you did Adverse with him. Yeah, he invited me to do that or two, but I wasn't able to.
Ah, man, that would have been. That was a fun job. When, you know, he hooked me up with some of those people that, you know, because he does like a million cons. And he said to me, like, dude, these are we think of these as the residual checks that got lost in the mail.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
It's important
the
that
SAG
we
residual lottery.
Yeah.
The SAG residual lottery. Once,
yeah,
twice,
exactly.
or 3 times every 2 months. You open it up, or you look online. It says 19 cents.
Oh man! The other day I got another. I got a 1 cent check.
An actual check, or was it sent direct deposit? Because they do that nowadays.
I still get checks because I'm kind of old school. I need the physical.
So it
check.
cost them 25 cents in a stamp to send you a 1 cent check.
To pay me my 1 cent.
Let's move on to my favorite movie of yours, dude. Like Little Big League. Like, oh my God. You took that, in my opinion, even though you were a younger teenager, how old were you when you did that movie?
That was
13, 14, 15?
So 93, so I was 13.
Well, I'm just going to let you know that in my opinion, because I like watching actors, whether they're young or older, you were taking it seriously. You weren't just being a kid, let me do my lines and being a teenager and having fun. Every scene, you tried to emote something for that scene. I saw that because we were studying at Diane Harden's, and we watch each other. And I was like, you took that job seriously.
I really tried. I tried. Damn, did I try.
No, you did a hell of a good job.
It was the biggest job, for me, and it was intense because it was so long, and I was in almost every scene, so I'd never done something like that where it was like that, you're the whole show, but shit, it was great. We were in the ballpark the whole time, which was a lot of fun,
Where'd you film it? Minnesota or?
Yep. Yeah. So Minnesota, and we were in the Metrodome, which is gone now. But yeah, we had like the run of the place, and so we caused a lot of trouble in there, and so that was fun.
I just love that movie. Like I said, you took it so seriously, and I love baseball, and I've always loved underdog stories. And you and Thomas kind of had the two children baseball movies that are so famous. It's Rookie of the Year and Little Big League.
Yeah.
Do you go around convention signing autographs like on hats or balls like Thomas does?
Oh yeah, jerseys, balls. Baseballs are horrible to sign. It's a whole yeah.
You gotta turn it.
Horrible surface and the weird.
T-shirts are hard to sign.
Special pen, yeah. Anyways, yeah, it's a whole thing. It was all during that time was Little Big League, Rookie of the Year, and Angels in the Outfield. So there's kind of like, kid baseball, yeah. Kid baseball mania.
But I love the scene where you're walking into the stadium and it does the 360 pan.
Yeah.
And all your emotions are on there. Did you rehearse that, or was that did the director play a trick where it was your first time walking to see that environment with the crowd?
No, it was, we couldn't rehearse that one because it was
real game.
It was real. It was a real game. It was fan appreciation night, and they bought, I can't remember quite, but they bought tickets for people so the place would be packed, absolutely packed. So yeah, we just, it was like, one of the most nerve-wracking moments of, an actor's career. Geez, however many people were in that stadium, I have no idea, but it was packed. And it was just like, we know, like, oh, we only get, maybe two of these.
Takes.
So
yeah.
you better nail it. Don't trip, or whatever.
Give me a favorite quote that you spoke in any of your movies, like a memorable quote, or from one of the actors in that said movie?
I like that moment. Very inappropriate.
How am I going to get you to say California?
There is not enough tea in China.
Does that actually bother you? I mean, in all honesty, like when you kind of known for something and then people repeat it, or they expect you to say it when they meet you, or they repeat that line when they're meeting you. Like, honestly, how does it make you feel?
Most of the time, I'm good. Like I'm happy to jump through all the extra hoops. But a lot of people have a kind of a funny thing about it, where they're making fun of you. You know, they want you to say it. I will just very humbly pass on those ones. But most of the time, people are great. You know, I mean, many. You know, when I do these signings and stuff, you know, and I meet fans, it's like everybody's amazing. You know, just the nicest people in the world. So for the most part, everybody's pretty cool.
That's nice of you. Thank you, brother. Favorite role out of all your films or TV shows that just you're so proud of it? It was your best performance, or you had the best time? One, just name it.
Man, it's either it was probably True Detective. You know, that was doing that because I love that show so much. You know, and then I love that. I just love that writer. Like when I picked up the sides for that, it was like, oh, I just know exactly what to do with this. You know, where some stuff is so hard, like I'm like, I don't know what are they going for, tone or whatever. Like, I don't know what this is. Everything, every piece of material that I got from that writer, it was like, oh, I know exactly what this is. Like, I know what to do with this. I hope to do it justice. Like, this is great writing.
You know, one thing I used to love about reading Playboy? I'm just going to tell you this. Yes, I read Playboy on occasions because the centerfolds had the pinup model for that month or whatever. They used to have their little turn-ons and turn-offs. They would tell you their turn-ons and turn-offs. Yeah. And their turn-ons or turn-offs would be like, you know, a guy with an attitude or people are narcissists. And then the turn-ons, a lot of the time with these pretty girls in the Playboy modeling section, they say their turn-on is a guy that could make them laugh.
Yeah.
So I start looking at that. I'm like, I'm a pretty funny guy. But I have never made a Playboy model laugh into my bedroom. So they're lying about their turn-ons because I've met a few of them.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say that it's only because you haven't had the opportunity. You just got to show up there at the mansion, you know, and then.
No, I hung out with a few Playboy models, bro. I did. I was hanging out with Jenny McCarthy a few times. She even brought me on her show called Singled Out back in the days. She's like, Mike, you got to get on Singled Out since you need a woman. Let's go. We'll get you on Singled Out on MTV. Find out, like, so are we in a simulation? Is space real? Are we literally living in a dimensional portal? Like, do you have a thought of what we actually are as a whole?
I mean, I have like real rough theories, you know, but there's it's like I get an idea and then it sort of gets pulled apart, you know, really quickly, you know, so I really don't, you know, I don't know. I have my theories. You know, personally, I love the ones that I have read, because I've read a lot of them. You know, the ones that I've read that kind of made the most sense to me were the Anunnaki stories. That would be, you know, something along the lines of
the Nephilim.
You know, yeah, that we were like a genetic modification, basically. You know, like worker bees or something, you know, something that was created for a certain purpose. And then, you know, we've kind of run wild, or, you know, whatever that thing is. It's
so interesting.
That one makes a lot of sense to me, you know, in some weird way, you know, like Dude, by far my favorite movie of his, Abyss. You know,
Abyss. Oh yeah, dude. Of course.
Oh, great movie.
He knows
Yeah,
that there's creatures in the water. He knows. That's why he made Abyss.
Oh, dude, I'm saying he'd made that a long time ago. Like,
again, he's telling the world that aliens don't come from space; they come
Right.
from within.
Right.
We have a thing called they call it outer space. It doesn't exist, in my opinion. We have a thing called inner space, which is the ocean, and that's a
Right.
space never explored.
right. And there's just so much of it. You know, it's crazy. I don't know that, you know, it fascinates me, and it's also like terrifying, you know, like the very deep ocean, like, whew, you know.
If we find out the truth, we're going to realize we've been lied to by whether it be companies like NASA, this, that, you know, government,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with becoming a conspiracy theorist is you see something and you realize it, and then you realize you think or you believe we're being lied to on every front. And
Right.
then you become a theorist. And it's like the movie The Matrix, where that's why it's my favorite movie, because once you literally see something or put it all together, you go down a rabbit hole. You start watching documentaries, then you start seeing things and you cannot take it back. You
Right.
watch the news differently, you watch people differently, and you're like, oh my gosh, like this is all fake. It's a very scary thing to
You
become
can't-
a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, you can't unsee it, right? If you see the thing and it makes some sense, you can't unsee it.
And is this real or fake?
Oh, dude, I have no idea anymore.
So
yeah, I mean, that's the trippy thing. I mean, you and I know, right, what people can do, you know, what they can make look, you know, what they can pass off as real or make look real, you know, and for us, we were there and it didn't look anything like that. I went to Comic-Con this last summer to with Thomas to promote that show. And so, and they did this thing with drones in the sky I think they were promoting the Futurama show coming back. And so it was just this, you know, it's like, probably this is old news now, but it was like this drone, you know, and they would like, it would do all these different, you know, like pictures, configurations, letters, and all this stuff. Well, dude, it looked amazing. Like, so, and that was basically, you know, that's the version that's available to, you know, that company, those people for that price. Immediately I was just like, what could you actually do if you had, you know, an unlimited budget? You could probably make anything you want, you know, you can, you know, so I've always just been really interested in that, you know, like holography and, you know, projections and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like that technology is now like just in a crazy place, you know. So anyway, when the portal opens up, you know, over Los Angeles or whatever, it's like, you know, just make sure that you know that's actually there, you know, and it's not being projected from the ground below them, you know what I mean? Because like they can kind of make anything they want, it feels like.
That's what I'm trying to say. Again, there's also the possible holographic technology where everything we're seeing or in certain things are actually holographic of nature.
Right. Mandela stuff. You know, it feels like.
Do you have a Mandela effect?
How much? All of them. Every single one of them. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember him dying. Yeah, I remember the cornucopia. Yeah, I remember the bears. All of them. So it feels a little bit like, you know, how much can they mess with reality, you know, without like breaking people's brains, basically, you know.
I believe there's a wizard Mandela effect. My God, I can't believe I didn't remember this till just now. There's a Mandela effect in the movie The Wizard that you were in. It has something to do with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle scene with Christian Slater playing it. Like he either, back in the days, they remember him getting the whistle or something like that and saying, oh, I got the whistle. But now it's no longer in there. And he says, I'm looking for the whistle or I'm about to get the whistle. People remember him getting like a weapon or a whistle or something in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the hotel when they're playing it. They remember him celebrating it with Bo Bridges, but now it's no longer in there. He says, "Oh, I'm about to get it. I can't leave now."
Wow, that's a trip.
Yeah, but I don't know if you remember it, that scene, but people remember him getting that achievement in the game, in the movie.
Man, very, very faintly. It's funny because with movies, there's stuff that we shoot that doesn't make it into the movie, and then there's like various cuts, which sometimes you'll see, like you'll see an early cut, and then something is gone. So I feel, it's like my memory of watching, the stuff that I've been a part of is like, it's very skewed, because I've watched an early cut, or I saw this version or that version. Oh my God. I have the most embarrassing fucking story. I did American Pie 2.
Oh yeah, people are asking about that. We got a couple questions coming in for that.
It was me and Adam Brody, who, later of OC fame, and we did a we did a scene with Stifler and
Sean,
with Sean, who's the best, and so they invited, I did whatever, we did it. We were driving away and Adam, turns to me and he goes, well, that's probably going to end up on the cutting room floor, and I was like, why? That's like way to be negative. And so anyway, forget it. And later on they invite me to the premiere and so I'm like, oh cool, go to the premiere. And I brought a date. And it was, I brought, Jenna Malone. At the time I was hanging out with her. And so I brought her to the premiere and, Jenna, we did Cheaters together. So we, that during that time we were just hanging out, whatever. So anyway, that, probably, top 3 most embarrassing moments of my life.
Why? Again, I don't understand why it was embarrassing that because you didn't end up in the final product and you had a girlfriend to support you.
Yeah, I was like, hey, let's go see this movie I'm in that I'm not in. And she was really nice about it, but obviously it was kind of like, fuck, what the fuck is this,
Yeah, dude, I agree. I had that moment on a TV series called Herman's Head. Well, not only Newsies. I didn't go to the premiere though of Newsies, but I wasn't invited. But Herman's Head. It was a TV series on Fox. And
right, I remember that show. Hell yeah.
The writers from my Nickelodeon show gave me a role, and it wasn't the best role ever, but I showed up with them. I met them outside of the gate. They're like, "Aren't you filming?" I go, "No, they filmed it yesterday, and they're going to air it during the show." So we sit down in the audience in the front row where I got tickets for. Then the cast members, after they come out and introduce themselves, they start walking around. And then they're, "Oh, Michael, how you doing?" And they're like, "I'm sorry, how you doing?" I'm like, "Sorry for what? What's going on?"
What do you mean?
What do you mean you're sorry? They're giving me some weird look.
Oh, no.
I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. I'm doing good. I'm here. Let me introduce you to whatever." Then they start doing the, scene after scene. Then my scene's coming up. I'm like, "Oh, it's coming up. It's coming up." Then all of a sudden they reveal the stage. It's another actor.
No.
Yeah, they reveal the stage. It's another actor.
No.
Now I know what they were saying I'm sorry about.
I had to do that. I had to fire an actor, man, off of one of my shows, and it was horrible.
Ooh.
It was such a hard thing to do, and I had been in his position, so I know how hard that was. But it had to happen, It was just like there's no other way forward. And but I had to do it, and it was like I'm, you know, because I was a producer on the thing. It's like that's my job, you know, like that's what I signed up for. I got to do the hard thing here, you know. So again, there's a bunch of kids set loose in Toronto with, you know, too much.
What year was that movie made? Because I don't know anything about it, unfortunately.
It was 99, I think, somewhere thereabouts.
Do you remember where you were on Y2K? Did you get afraid of all that stuff?
No, I wasn't afraid at all. And I'll never forget driving home. I went out to a New Year's party at my buddy's house, and I'll never forget driving home because he lived in Beverly Hills. I lived in the Valley somewhere. And so I drove all the way from Beverly Hills to the Valley. There were like 2 cars on the road in LA.
Everybody was afraid.
It was weird, man. That was so weird.
I went to Las Vegas. I said, screw it. If the world is going to shut down, let's go to Las Vegas because all the casinos, we can rob them. We can take their money. We can do whatever we're going to do. If you're going to die on that night, let's die in Vegas, bro, after we're partying. There was thousands of people in the street. You couldn't even move. Nothing happened.
If you're going to go, man, go out with a bang.
Exactly, but nothing happened. So we're all standing there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 minutes later. It's still going. It's still going. And we're still alive.
Everything's still on. Everything works.
Does this guy get California a lot from people?
Oh my God. I used to. I certainly used to. These days, I'm old and gray, you know, so nobody knows who I am anymore.
How is it like working with Christian Bale on the Newsies?
Bale, yeah, he was great, man. He was a very nice guy. You know, he was kind of the elder, you know, funny enough. He was like in his 20s or so, you know, like early 20s or something. Around that time, maybe he was 19. Anyway, he was older than basically everybody else, so he was kind of like the.
Was he like a father figure, or no? Yeah, did he just take on the role?
Dad in a weird way? Yeah.
You guys ever? Oh, make Luke rad again. There it is. That's a wizard quote. Make Luke rad again.
Yeah, bro.
You guys ever meet anyone from the Monster Squad? Yeah, the lead guy. I forgot his name. Aaron or. I forgot his name, man. Don Hampton said, Luke, do you have any memories of working with Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yeah. Boy, lots of them.
What did you work with her on?
Did a movie with her. It was called, what's it called? Mother's Boys was the name of that one. Yeah.
You know what? I might have seen it. Oh, my God. That name sounds really familiar.
It was like a, you know, psychological thriller kind of.
An indie darling?
What?
Was it an indie darling type film?
No, dude. Oh, dude. You know what I later learned about that movie? Weinstein. I never met them. Or maybe I did, and I don't remember. I don't know. I was a kid. But Weinstein produced.
Have you ever had an audition at somebody's house or apartment or hotel?
Yes. Heck,
that's some scary shit, right?
So scary, dude. So hectic.
Yeah, I turned everyone down. Yeah. Literally, I would get it and I'd go to the location, I'd drive there, whatever, and then I'm like, it's an apartment building. And then I either call my manager or whoever, I'm like, I'm not doing this. Great. It's just great how we ingrain ourselves in sometimes the storylines or the lore of behind the scenes Hollywood. You know, you've had many moments with actors or people, and you know, it's just amazing to think that even though we're not up front in Hollywood at the moment, we're literally in the Hollywood lore in some form or fashion for millions of people across the world.
Oh yeah.
All right, the interview's got to end, bro. It's been 3 hours.
Dude, this is so fun, man. It's so much fun to just shoot the shit.
Yeah, and that's all I can say. So by the end of this, Luke, I ask everybody a question. Are you now a happy alien?
I would like to think I always have been.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back to the Happy Aliens podcast. I'm your host, Alien Number 1. My name is Michael Ray Bauer. Please consider hitting that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe button. Consider becoming a member of this channel for the exclusive interview that you just watched the edited version of. The 3-hour interview is available uncensored, explicit, for members only at this moment. So click that join button, become a member for a few bucks, and watch that and future live streams where you can ask the guest questions and all that. But this was an edited version. The full version will be released to the public in maybe a week or two. I do not know, but it is available now for the members only of this channel. So consider becoming a member of this channel, and I appreciate you. We got to get this show rolling. I got to get out of here in the next 40 minutes at least. So let's continue with the show. Please hit up that super chat. If you want to get me drunk before the show ends, I'm feeling a little buzzed already from the previous show, but let's get into it. Thanks for tuning in to the Happy Alien Podcast. All right, let's get into some politics. DeSantis quits the election, just like Vivek Ramaswamy. Why is DeSantis quitting when he got second place in the primaries, or whatever they call it, the caucuses, the Iowa? Why is he quitting when he's above Nikki Haley and all that? Did he run out of money? I don't know. These are all the thoughts that go along with it. Or is he quitting because he doesn't think he can win? But why is Nikki Haley, if she's even losing to Ron DeSantis, why is she still in the race? Why does she have more money? Because the rumor is, in political circles, the theory is that Nikki Haley is a rhino. She's a Republican in name only. And that is possibly our next president. Nikki Haley, she is a Sikh. That's her husband, and he has like a PEDO logo. Also, it's a logo of a circle. It could also be considered 666. And not that I have any issues with it, but the theory is Nikki Haley is being propped up by the Democrats as well to be the front runner to Trump, and that she's a Republican in name only, and they're giving her all the money, all the fame, all the media, all the promise to try to beat Trump. Because maybe not this election, maybe next election she'll officially become a Democrat, and then she'll win the seat. Because she is for the system. And I'm just presenting some stuff. I'm not saying anything, whether you like her or you don't. I don't know. I don't care. I think all politicians are evil. But people don't know that. That is not her name, Nikki Haley. She is being presented as a fraud. And that's what I don't like about it. Whether she becomes our president from another country or not, I do not care. But they change their name, and they hide all of this stuff from the public. Even though it is public, they still kind of don't talk about it. So it makes it hidden. It's like they're trying to whitewash themselves to be the party's nomination. That is not the right way to build a better America, in my opinion. But the theory is the Republicans, the Democrats, all the companies, all the mainstream people that do not want Trump are now putting their money behind her, and they are propping up Nikki Haley to hopefully beat Donald Trump. And if she cannot do it, then they're saying that something might happen to Trump. These are just theories, and let's talk about it. Are we headed for civil war, guys? The migrants are possibly ruining America. You all know the story. I've talked about it on every episode so far. But now there's a big standoff in Texas, the land of their own. Are we headed towards civil war? Well, here's what's going on. The migrants are... Biden reduced Title 42. The migrants are now coming across the border, and Border Patrol are literally federalized themselves, the Border and Customs and Border Patrol. They're taking migrants from Texas or Arizona or wherever they're crossing, and they're just letting them walk into the country. Not going through any paperwork, not going through anything. Then on top of that, on most of them, they're picking them up, they're putting them on buses, they're giving them gift cards for $3,000 to $5,000. They're finding them hotels or places to stay in the meantime. They're giving them a cell phone. Why are they bringing all these people into the country? Well, they say it's to create a new voter registration for the Democrats, to keep the Democrats in office, because if the Democratic Party and Biden allow these people to come in illegally, that's what they're doing, it's illegal, and give them all this stuff and start their new life in America, they're going to be beholden to the Democratic Party. But so for a lot of these migrants that are coming through Texas, they have their own laws where they're not allowed to let people come in illegally. But the Customs and Border Patrol that are working in Texas are literally human trafficking migrants. They are illegal, then they're being human trafficked to other locations. So the Greg Abbott of Texas decided to take these migrants on buses, send them to Washington, New York, to show them the problem. Then these states got mad, and they're like, man, the migrants are ruining America. This is actually a big situation. Why isn't Biden shutting down the border? Well, then Governor Greg Abbott is not seeing and witnessing anything from Joe Biden to shut down the border or to go back to Title 42, but they continue to let these migrants in and give them money, hotel rooms, and bring them into America, so hopefully they can vote for the next Democrat. So Governor Greg Abbott, because this is all illegal, he decided to put barriers and barbed wire and everything and try to stop or persuade the migrants from entering. Then Biden and all them, the federal government, told Greg Abbott, you have to remove those things from the border that are limiting the people coming into this country. And he said, no, they're coming in illegally, and you guys are human trafficking them into this country. That is illegal. It's against the laws. And we have every right to defend our state from an invasion of migrants. The federal government said, remove your stuff that's limiting them. That is against us and our policy. Governor Greg Abbott told them to go F themselves. So he sent Custom and Border Patrol agents to start doing that. Well, the Custom and Border Patrol agents are literally doing illegal activity. They are actually evil. The men and women that are working for the Customs and Border Patrol agents are human trafficking, and they're allowing it to happen. But they're doing as they're told. So they went down to try to remove all the barriers that Governor Greg Abbott from Texas put into that country. Then Greg Abbott told his sheriffs, his lawmen, and everybody to arrest the migrants if they're in the streets, and to now arrest the Border Patrol agents who are actively human trafficking into this country. And that's where we're at. Will there be a standoff in the days to come from the Border Patrol agents that are doing as they're told by Biden? Will there be a standoff from the National Guard that has been now called in to Texas to confront the Border Patrol agents from taking away the barriers? Will somebody fire a shot? Will Texas secede from the Union? Do they not want to abide by whatever the federal policies are? They're not laws. They're federal policies. But they are Texas laws. And they are America laws as well. But the Supreme Court got a case where they had to answer whether Texas was allowed to continue to have the barriers there to stop the migrants from entering. And the Supreme Court, the court of the land, the court of the federal government, voted 5-4 that Texas has to allow the federal government, U.S. Customs and Border Patrol agents, to remove the barriers and allow the migrants to come in to this country illegally. The Supreme Court voted to allow migrants to come in illegally. So now Greg Abbott, if he is a federal state, he has to abide by the Supreme Court of the law and allow these barriers to be taken away and allow these migrants to invade his state and be human trafficked by U.S. Customs and Border Patrol. It's all illegal, but now it's been mandated by the Supreme Court to allow it to happen. Now, Governor Greg Abbott has to either listen to the Supreme Court or defy them. And it appears he's defying them. He called in the National Guard, and now Donald Trump has told other states, send your National Guard to Texas to back up Governor Greg Abbott against the Custom and Border Patrol and against the United States Supreme Court. This is the possibility beginning of civil war, of Texas seceding from the Union. Remember Fort Sumter? Well, the new version of that, where it all happened, the beginning of civil war at Fort Sumter, it might be happening now at a place called Eagle Pass. What a name, called Eagle Pass, that would create the next civil war. You guys let me know your thoughts. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. And let's move along. Jim Carrey, is he having an awakening? Many of you guys that are friends and fans of mine know that I have a wildly active brain, and I need to cut my hair off completely and go bald at many times to feel fresh, to feel awakened, to feel alive, to feel rebirth, and to feel clean. A lot of actors do it, you know, Britney Spears and all that. Again, it's something that's within us that we need to break free, and by cutting off our hair makes us feel alive and free again. And Jim Carrey has been very political in conspiracy ways for many years. And he's going off the deep end, and he's talking about a lot of things. Is he breaking free from the mainstream and becoming awake? And is he dealing with the same flaws that a lot of us actors have, where we shave our head to feel free? Did he do it for a movie? I don't know. But he has been talking about conspiracies and telling the truth on talk shows, but he does it in a humorous manner. And to be honest with you guys, I think he's realizing everything and he's becoming awakened, whether it be a conspiracy theorist, a truther, or awake to the lies and the deceit of the demonic and Satanist Hollywood and world. And I think he's breaking free, because now he is bald, and I think he's awakening. Just my 2 cents. All right, guys, there was a firefighter.
Chula Vista firefighter Jacob Gregoire calls for his supervisor. Only CBS News 8 has this heated exchange between the veteran firefighter and an unnamed CHP officer about the safety of where the fire truck is parked during a rollover accident. CHP has guidelines to safely clear the road, but you see, it's up for debate who was in the wrong legally. Firefighters say they park at an angle to protect emergency crews, patients, and drivers.
We're in the middle of patient care with patients on the freeway. They're putting them in handcuffs at this time and walking them over.
Long story short, this happened like in 2011 or 16. I'm not exactly sure. But a firefighter was treating a patient, doing CPR. Bunch of firefighters, after a car rolled over on the side of a freeway in California, and he got arrested because they pulled their fire truck, and instead of parking straight along the side of the freeway straight, they took their fire truck and they posted it at an angle. So that way, any other cars that are coming would have to go to the other side of the freeway and avoid the fire truck. But they are told to do that in their law, in their training. They are told to put their fire vehicles not in a straight line, but to cover on a freeway or in traffic, to put it at an angle to cover other cars that could hit the firefighters while they're working on a patient, or hit the car again or whatever. That's why they put their fire truck to tell all the other cars, you can't go straight, you got to go around. So the firefighters put their truck per their procedure, and then the damn CHP arrested them because the CHP laws are that you cannot hinder traffic on a freeway. Interesting story. Who's right and wrong? You guys let me know. But damn. One policy from the CHP don't make sense. Pretty interesting, guys. Now, you know I love football. There's a Super Bowl conspiracy video that I just saw that blew my mind. Let's check it out.
Oh, well, look at that. It's Championship Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you want to hear my predictions. No, it's all fixed. We already know what's about to happen. The Ravens are going to beat the Chiefs, and the San Francisco 49ers are going to beat the Lions. It started off with the Super Bowl logo. Purple, red, past couple of years, same exact concept. This was at the beginning of the season. And then to add insult to injury, my buddy sends me this picture from a local news station saying the same shit. San Francisco 49ers at the Baltimore Ravens. But hey folks, I'll go one step further. With this Super Bowl logo conspiracy, them shoving it in our...
You guys see that? So from a news station, they announced the halftime performance, and they wrote down that the Ravens and the 49ers are going to be in the Super Bowl when they were announcing the halftime performance or the performances at the Super Bowl. They literally wrote the 49ers and the Ravens are going to be in the Super Bowl. We haven't even played the games to find out who's going in the Super Bowl. So why would they even write that?
Sends me this picture from a local news station saying the same shit. San Francisco 49ers at the Baltimore Ravens. But hey folks, I'll go one step further. With this Super Bowl logo conspiracy, them shoving it in our faces, the NFL scripted, whatever. We all know the color scheme tells you the opponents, but look at this. Each and every single logo, the color that is the least represented is the winner. The LA Rams had the least amount represented in their logo. The Chiefs had the least amount represented in theirs. And look at that. Red is the least represented in the Super Bowl logo. When you see the San Francisco 49ers raise the Lombardi Trophy, just know.
Again, it's all played out. The logos have the winners. And according to this theory, it can be proven fake or not, but it looks good right now. The Rams won with the least amount of colors in their logo for Super Bowl LV1, whatever, it's 55, 56. Kansas City had the least amount versus the Philadelphia Eagles of color in that logo for that year. They won. And the logo for this year came out many months ago, and it has red as the least. And if this theory is correct, the San Francisco 49ers will win the Lombardi, meaning the Super Bowl. But we still got games this weekend. We still got games this weekend to find out who's actually going to be in the Super Bowl. So this is a crazy theory. But let's be honest with you. If it is San Francisco in Baltimore, whether San Francisco wins at all, I'm going to call this theory correct. This is insane, guys. All right, for movies that I watched this week, I watched a movie called Bottoms. It's a feminist movie as well. It goes against boys, but it's pretty funny. I hated the first 10 minutes of it. It was really annoying. It's written by one of the stars of the movie, the girl in green. I forget her name. And it stars the girl from The Bear. But it was kind of annoying. And it has Marshawn Lynch, a former Raider, a former Bill, a former Seahawk, a football player in it. And it started out really bad, like about lesbian and feminism. And it was just really bad. But I kid you not, it got kind of interesting. It got kind of fun. The football players were ridiculous, like effeminate football. They were making fun of society at large, and it became a good time. And some crazy stuff happened, and they had a big event on the football field, and it became like a gore horror movie. it was fun to watch. Again, I don't agree with the message about genders or this or that and whatever they were telling you, but it actually was funny. I thoroughly enjoyed it by the end of it. So I recommend Bottoms. It was an interesting movie, guys. And then I'm also downloading and listening to an audio book of CERN, Satan's Playground, about the God particle and how they summon demons and stuff like that. It's by Nick Huntley. It's really interesting listen to. And to give you some of my favorite YouTube channels that I listen to or watch, we got a guy named Decoy Voice who does political commentary. Then I was thrown on by a member of this channel last week, and now I'm a fan of God Rules. They delve into conspiracies, aliens, the Bible. It's a very interesting channel, guys. Check them out. Then I got to give representation to my good buddy, Chris Canote from Canote Films. I've been in a few films of his, little YouTube videos and stuff, and he does reviews and talks to his girlfriend, and he's all about the 80s and 90s. So check him out, Canote Films on YouTube. And he's got some really good videos with his kid, like Super Mario Brothers as a little kid with special effects and stuff. It's a really, really good watch, guys. And now, let me quickly tell you guys about a dream I had. And Helgi is online. Don Hampton is online. Please hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe button. We only got a few minutes left, so consider some super chats or donations or becoming a member. I appreciate you guys for the support. I got to get going out of here because I'm heading to an event with Goldberg from the Mighty Ducks, Thomas Ian Nicholas from Rookie of the Year, and at an event right now in a little bit. But I had a dream, guys, and this was insane to me. I had a dream about Mr. Beast. I have a lot of dreams, and they typically come true or they're kind of based in reality. And I had a dream this week, and Mr. Beast was in my dream. Apparently, Mr. Beast came to my little studio apartment. I wrote it all down so I can read it a little bit better, guys. But Mr. Beast came and or was living with me in my little studio apartment. Sorry, where's my dream? All right, again, I had a dream of Mr. Beast staying at my apartment, and then he was cooking French toast with me for a video. We were doing a hot plate meal video, cooking French toast, right? Then I had a wifey. She came out of the bathroom or whatever, and she was pregnant. So Mr. Beast is cooking French toast with me in my apartment. Then I had a wifey who was pregnant. She was beautiful, of course. Pregnant having my baby, because the truth is I'm getting old and I want kids. But then somehow he said, hey, I'm throwing a party for you in your neighborhood. For your pregnancy, for you and your beautiful wife. So after we ate French toast, we went out of my apartment into my area, and then there was a big block party. There's a big block party. People are celebrating, cheering, had signs of me and my wife and picture and celebrating our pregnancy and all that beautiful stuff, right? Then all of a sudden, Mr. Beast disappeared because he was a hologram. He turned into a hologram, and disappeared. And then all the images in the sky, like balloons and stuff at a party, started disappearing too. They were all holograms. Then I looked at my wife, and then it turned into Mr. Beast. My wife turned into Mr. Beast. And the name Mr. Beast turned into my wife. So am I going to get married to a beast and have a child with a beast? And is everything in my life a holographic simulation? And for content? I don't know how you analyze the dream, but that dream stuck with me because I don't know. You need to analyze dreams, and that dream stuck with me, guys. So there it is. Guys, on next week's episode, we have the guest, Faith Mystic. She is a healer. She is a spiritual person. She's also a very beautiful woman, and she's very, very Ori-esque, into the world, energy, healing, spiritualness, and we've been friends for a good while, and I did an interview with her, and the uncensored, explicit interview, it's not going to go live, but it will be available to members only in the coming days. for members only, the full hour and a half live interview in a hotel. It gets fun. It gets creepy. Creepy, fun, weird. It was a good time. But that will be exclusive to members only in the coming days. Then next Thursday, I will share with you guys an edited version for the channel when I do my next podcast next Thursday at 7. But guys, I'm going to give you guys a preview of that, my next guest, Faith Mystic, and that interview. What's up, people? It's your boy, Michael Ray Bauer, and I am in bed, no pun intended, with a beautiful healer, mystic. She goes by the name Faith. Introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, I'm Faith Mystic. I am a global recording artist. I'm in some films, and I create sustainable communities as well as cures. I'm going to have to wash it off. $250 down payment, just in case.
I got you.
It's
You're good.
supposed to be.
You're good. Tell them it was bodily fluids.
I'm just going to wash it.
Tell them you drank a little bit too much rosé.
Got a mama energy on me too with that.
But I was going to take a little bit of this, and maybe it'll give me an effect during the next 40 minutes or whatever we talk. Well, let's see. You want to bless it for me? She's blessing my stick.
And I'm blessing the honeybees too.
You're blessing my stick.
And the flowers.
So I have to do it. I am a comedian. Let's do a shot. So I did. Apparently, I did cannabis, and now I'm doing a shot, making me feel alive, feel like a human, and giving me your special spiritual energy, and for hanging out with me today. I love you. Shalom. Oh, yeah! So there it is, guys. The uncensored full version of that interview. It gets a little interesting. It will be available in the coming days for members only and the public later, but there will be a pretty good 30 to 45 minute version edited for next week's podcast, Thursday night at 7. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. I really appreciate you guys. I'm sorry I have to rush out of here, but I'm going to an event tonight, and I want to have a good time and network to find guests and future people for this show. And as you guys can tell on this show, it goes all over the place. So hopefully you guys have a good time. You learn some things. You enjoy yourself. And by the end of every episode, maybe you become a happy alien. So for Adam, Brent Mania, Don Hampton, Helgi, everybody that supported and was online, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And the winning person that donated the exact number of the donations, which today's number was number 7. Whoever gave me the number 7 in donations, meaning the dollar amount, at number 7, again, the number goes down and up. Watch the beginning of this video to understand what I'm talking about. But today's number was 7. Last week it was 41. And collectibles won the prize from my store. This week, and again, the number fluctuates, and I announce it at the end. This week's number was 7. And really early on in the show, Brent Mania, even though he is a moderator and he gifts memberships to everybody, he hit that number. He hit that number. So Brent Mania, you got a gift coming from my merchandise store. We'll be in contact. You'll pick out a gift for $25 or less, and that gift will be coming to you by the end of the month. And again, in 2 more shows, people that don't have the money and cannot support that way can still win a prize. Leave your comment down below in this video and write, I want to win. And then at the end of every month, I will pick a lottery winner from the public comments to win a prize from my merchandise store. That being said, today's number was 7. Grunt Mania, you donated up to that amount, and you won. Every week, the number's going to be different. So get those super chats and donations in. I love you guys. I'm getting out of here, and I'll see you on the next Happy Aliens podcast. Cinestalkers Online, that's cool, baby. All right, everybody, hopefully you're a happy alien by the end of this, and I love you. God bless. Please hit that thumbs up, that like, that support. Hopefully this video finds you healthy, happy, and blessed. I love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you on the next Happy Aliens podcast. Members only, you got exclusive interviews coming in the couple days.